way too much room for improvement regarding the Zebras.
I know we're protecting quarterbacks a lot, but this one to me just doesn't seem like it rises to the level of roughing the passer.
Unfortunately, the 2023 NFL season was once again largely defined by the many horrific calls and, of course, non-calls by NFL officials, as evidenced by these 30 horrific calls that put a stain on an otherwise thrilling season. Defensive PI? What's that? Kansas City Chiefs Green Bay Packers Week 13 Sunday night game is going to sadly be remembered for its horrible officiating.
It's gotta be a foul. It's gotta be a foul. Terry, any controversy at all?
Not at all. This is a foul.
Pass interference doesn't count on Hail Marys. Part 1. Alright, we kinda sorta understand why officials are reluctant to throw a flag on the defense in Hail Mary situations, but when it's blatant and obvious, come on, you gotta follow the rule book and call it.
A two-hand shove in the back, not playing the ball. I think if this is not a Hail Mary, it's absolutely pass interference.
Clean sack equals roughing the passer. We see our fair share of horrendous roughing the passer penalties every single year, but if we had to pick the worst one, it'd be KJ Henry's penalty for a clean textbook sack on New England Patriots quarterback Mac Jones.
I don't see the call. Mac Jones has the ball in his hands and he takes him down for a sack.
A Giants missed call. Unfortunately for the Giants, the referees apparently decided that it'd be too cruel to throw another flag on the Bills, allowing Taron Johnson to get away with clear PI/defensive holding on Waller.
No call and game over. And a little jersey tug right there.
No doubt.
Dear defense, no hitting Patrick Mahomes cleanly in bounds. Alright, allow us to complete the trilogy of complaints for the horrible officiated Packers-Chiefs game with this call.
He's in bounds.
This is absolutely not a foul, but if he's trying to gain yardage, he's got to get himself out of bounds.
Holding on Micah Parsons is legal. Hate on the Dallas Cowboys all you want, but they were in the right to be the PO'd about the officiating and superstar linebacker Micah Parsons.
I can't get a call, but I get things called on me, So obviously they looking. They just don't care what they call, as long as it's just not with us.
Josh Allen flops and draws 15. Buffalo Bills superstar QB Josh Allen has developed a bit of an annoying habit of flopping. But, to his credit, it seems to work in his favor.
Morrow. It's a really close call. Little acting job.
Browns saved, Colts screwed. Part 1. Darrell Baker Jr. of the Colts was penalized for illegal contact on Browns wide receiver Amari Cooper.
This is what the officials were looking at. Baker against Cooper. Shane Steichen red hot.
Which then brings us to this. Browns saved, Colts screwed. Part 2. Even though this pass was clearly uncatchable, the officials again flagged Baker Jr. for defensive pass interference on Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I don't like anything about that call. I know you rarely hear uncatchable. Not even Calvin Johnson going to catch that football.
False start equals defensive delay of game? Up until the Miami Dolphins-Tennessee Titans Week 14 Monday night game, we had never seen a false start penalty get changed into a defensive delay of game infraction.
Westbrook Akine flinched, another false start.
Delay game defense, number 92.
Clean textbook hit equals unnecessary roughness. This clean hit by 49ers safety Tashawn Gibson Jr. on Browns wideout Elijah Moore drew a flag that set up the Browns' game-winning score.
That doesn't look like a foul to me.
Dean, what do you think?
This to me looks like a legal hit.
Oh my goodness, what a huge call. Would have been 4th and 10.
How to block Alex Highsmith. Rather than perform a textbook block, just go ahead and blatantly hold Highsmith.
Left tackler McCary. You see the hand on the back. He had some. It just felt like he had that hand inside that collar there as well.
Amari Cooper is out of bounds. The sideline official blew his whistle and immediately determined that Cooper was out of bounds.
Boy, he's in bounds by a mile.
Oh, that's a brutal call.
I don't think there's any doubt.
Let's just ignore the obvious roughing the passer calls. How was Adam Gotsis of the Jacksonville Jaguars not flagged for this brutal hit that knocked Steelers QB Kenny Pickett out of the game?
Takes a shot here and got slammed down by Gotsis.
See, and that's the question mark you would have.
Late holding flag on Sauce Gardner. The referee suspiciously threw the flag after Carter intercepted the pass.
We've seen a lot of contact downfield tonight, and we've seen a lot more than that wasn't called.
No TD for you, Calvin Ridley. Okay, how is this not a touchdown for Jaguars wide receiver Calvin Ridley against Baltimore?
The ruling on the field stands. Incomplete pass. Jacksonville will be charged first.
I got to tell you guys, I completely disagree.
This isn't PI on Zay Flowers. They drew up a pass to rookie receiver Zay Flowers, who was interfered with well before the ball arrived.
Ball's in the air, and he is hooked and pulled.
Absolutely a penalty, and in this critical moment, you have to make that call.
Okay, but this is PI on Zay Flowers. Hey, I mean, you lose some, you win some, right, Flowers?
Turner out of Michigan, and there's speed against speed, ball underthrown. I don't see anything. I don't know how you call it.
Pass interference doesn't count on Hail Marys, part 2. I mean, the refs missed multiple defensive infractions on this play.
You can call penalties on a bunch of guys here if you really wanted to, but look at this crazy stuff, and that's the way it ends.
Justin Herbert gets away with intentional grounding. Quite literally, the most obvious intentional grounding call of the season.
Terry, you want to take a run at that one?
Yeah, Chris, that's clearly intentional grounding.
Thank you.
Eckler's not in the vicinity of that pass.
Lane Johnson's allowed to false start. Eagles star offensive tackle is the master of getting away with obvious false start calls. He certainly got away with the most obvious false start infraction of 2023 against the Seattle Seahawks in Week 15. Do the refs hate Justin Fields? For some reason, officials have constantly kept the flags in their pockets if there's dirty and unnecessary hits on Chicago Bears QB Justin Fields.
If Owens is already going before he shows he's going to slide, that was an interesting no call. I would have probably called that.
Fletcher Cox commits roughing the passer on Patty Mahomes. I mean, come on, just about any form of legal and clean contact on a QB is bound to draw a penalty.
13-yard completion, and then 15 yards on top of it for that from Fletcher Cox.
Horse collar tackling is legal now. Hassan Reddick of the Eagles was allowed to horse collar tackle Allen to the ground without being penalized.
Right there.
Oh, yeah. How do you not see that? That is pretty blatant, I think.
It is, Jim. A horse collar should have been called. I agree.
Leave Jimmy G alone, Minka. Clean, not at all a dirty sack on a quarterback is still going to result in a flag.
In my opinion, it looks like he's on the shoulder mostly, some slight contact. Really, I don't think this is a foul.
Pathetic, pitiful, and putrid call on the Patriots. Bill Belichick is the greatest coach in NFL history. We'd love to get the chance to ask him if this defensive holding call against Alex Austin was the worst call he's ever seen.
Wow, what? I mean, not a lot there. Not a lot there at all. You can see why the Patriot side one will be frustrated.
Hands off of Jalen Hurts. All right, if this is going to be called roughing the passer on Christian Wilkins against Jalen Hurts, then, well, we don't know what to tell you.
He actually pulls off. He doesn't follow through and blow up the quarterback. This just isn't enough for roughing the passer.
Hey, too much speed there, EJ. Colts linebacker EJ Speed was really penalized for a clean shoulder hit on Atlanta Falcons running back Tyler Algier here.
I'm not quite sure where that penalty comes from. I mean, they're in bounds. We're not going to take contact out of a contact sport.
Fair catch interference is no longer a penalty. If a return man makes the fair catch signal, any contact with him is supposed to be a penalty, no matter how much contact there is.
Absolutely fair catch interference. He signals for the fair catch, and the defender hits him before the ball gets there. 15-yard penalty.
Taylor Decker's ineligible fiasco. I mean, come on. How else were we going to end this list? You all know what happened by now. Taylor Decker clearly goes to the official to report as eligible before the Lions attempt a game-winning two-point conversion against the Cowboys. Decker catches the game-winning try, only to be flagged for illegal touching. The officials claimed he didn't report eligible. Huh, that's funny. I wonder what else he was telling the refs beforehand. The Lions' last two-point try was unsuccessful as the refs, the Cowboys escaped with a one-point victory. Pathetic, NFL. Just pathetic. But what other horrible NFL officiating calls of 2023 should we have included on our list? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.